never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Well, now that it is officially August, let me be the first to say happy 2023 football season to you, because we have the NFL Hall of Fame game coming up here in just a couple of days. High school football starts in a couple of weeks. College football has week number 0 coming up 3 weeks from this Saturday on August 26th. So it is officially football season, so happy football season to you in the year 2023. But today, here on the channel, we are not going to talk about football. We're going to talk about wrestling. Sunday afternoon, we had the Ultimate Wrestling Federation from 6687 Highway 72 West Colbert, Georgia. As always, doors opened at 4 o'clock. Bell time was 4:30. And if you were not there, you missed a great show. We had former TNA wrestlers Caleb Conley and Suicide with us. And Caleb Conley and Suicide will be back on August the 20th for Bunkhouse Brawl. And of course, we'll talk more about that as it gets closer. I'm not going to tell you the results in these matches because I want you to watch the matches when they are uploaded to the Ultimate Wrestling Federation YouTube page. But we did open the show with Caleb Conley going one-on-one with Luka Daniels. You had Caleb Conley, who has been in TNA, going one-on-one with Luka Daniels, who has been on Raw, I believe, 3 times, and was a part of this past year's WrestleMania. Match number 2, we had Jacob Ashworth and Kyle Phillips versus Stevie Ray Frost, the Alaskan Stallion, and Jaden Vane. And then we had the UWF Heavyweight Championship on the line. Nick Halen versus Saint Edward. And then we had another tag team match. Hunter James and Austin Thorne versus Crystal Rose and TJ Trigger. Alexi Lev versus Eli Smiles. Marcus Adams versus Caleb Crocker. And then we had another battle royal as we continue to build to Bunkhouse Brawl, which will be our next UWF show. And Michael Soler made his UWF debut. Just about every show the UWF does, we have somebody make their debut. That's just how good of a job we are doing at the Ultimate Wrestling Federation. And the main event, Suicide versus DC Washington versus Curtis Coleman for the GZW Heavyweight Championship and The GZW title is a title Curtis Coleman holds, and it stands for Ground Zero Wrestling, which is a promotion over in Puerto Rico. You know you're doing good when one of your wrestlers gets to wrestle in Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico has always been known for having some amazing, amazing talent. Look at how many guys have came from there and made it to WCW, WWE, and so on. So that tells you how good of a wrestler Curtis Coleman is. As I said, these matches will slowly but surely be uploaded to the Ultimate Wrestling Federation YouTube page. If you missed the show Sunday, I highly encourage you to go watch these matches. I do know that the match between Suicide, DC, and Curtis is already on the UWF YouTube page. Please go watch that match. Support independent wrestling. As I said, our next UWF show at 6687 Highway 72 West, Colbert, Georgia, will be Bunkhouse Brawl, coming up on Sunday, August the 20th. And all the guys who have won the Battle Royal to qualify for the Bunkhouse Brawl will be in it on August 20th. Go to the Ultimate Wrestling Federation Facebook page. There's already a flyer up with all the guys who won a Battle Royal. I believe there is 8 of them. They will all be in a anything goes, bring your weapons, dress how you want to, over the top Battle Royal on August the 20th. And the winner of that will go on to face the UWF Heavyweight Champion. Also, on Sunday night, 7 o'clock pre-show, 8 o'clock for the main show, we had the Great American Bash from the HEB Center in Cedar Park, Texas. On the pre-show, we had a mixed tag team match, 8-person mixed tag team match. Dragon Lee, Nathan Fraser, Ulyssa Leon, and Valentina Feroz defeated Noam Dar, Oro Mensah, Jakara, and Lash Legend. Now that was the pre-show match. On the main card we had 6 matches. The Family, which is Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, defeated Gallus to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions, and I'm super excited about that. I love Tony D'Angelo. The Don of NXT is awesome. Roxanne Perez beat Blair Davenport in a ladies' weapons match. Gable Steveson and Baron Corbin was a double countout, and I feel so bad for Gable Steveson because he was an Olympic wrestler and the kid can flat out wrestle. But the match Sunday night against Baron Corbin was his first match in the WWE, and he got booed out of the arena, and he did nothing wrong. It's just since he was an Olympic wrestler, people are comparing him to Kurt Angle, like Kurt Angle is the only person who can be an Olympic wrestler and become a pro wrestler. So they're booing him, telling him he's not Kurt Angle. He's not trying to be Kurt Angle. He just happens to be a guy that was an Olympic wrestler that wants to be a pro wrestler. So if the fans boo you like that, I just don't know what you can do, because they've already turned on you and you've done nothing wrong. And no matter what you do, they're always going to know you were an Olympic wrestler. So they're always going to feel like you're trying to be Kurt Angle, even though you're not. So I really don't know where Gable Steveson can go from here. But if the fans would let him, the man could be a great wrestler. Dominic Mysterio defeated Wes Lee and Mustafa Ali in a triple threat match to retain the NXT North American Championship. Tiffany Stratton beat Thea Hale in a submission match to retain the NXT Women's Championship. And in the main event, Carmelo Hayes defeated Ilya Dragunov to retain the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Make sure you watch NXT tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central Time to see all the fallout from the Great American Bash. NXT just continues to put out a good product and good shows every single week. And all of their premium live events are also really good. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. And before we get the dad joke of the day in here, let me tell you something that will warm a man's heart. And for all you men out there who have daughters or granddaughters, you know how this feeling is. There's just something about a man and his daughter. Well, everybody knows that I've got a daughter who is now just about 9.5 years old, and I use my board on a daily basis to try to write down not everything I'm going to say, just bullet points. That way, whatever topic I have, I know the main stuff that I got to make sure I say so that I don't leave it out. So that if something else gets left out, no big deal, but the main topics get hit on. Well, I write down stuff on the board every day. And one day last week, I wrote down everything on the board that I wanted to talk about in my video the next day. And I went to work, and I got home that night, and my 9.5-year-old daughter had took my marker and put on the board, XOXO, I love you, Daddy. And when I saw that, it melted my heart. I just about cried. I've heard my whole life that there's something about a daddy and his girl, and I never knew how much that was true and how true that was until I had one. And let me tell you, it's 100% true. Well, let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Just read a book called Falling Off a Cliff. It was written by Eileen Dover. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.